What's good, y'all? So look, as you can see behind me, the fourth installment of the College Football Playoff Rankings were released last night, and a lot of things have been shuffled up, right? So without me getting into a long soliloquy, let me get in here and jump ahead and let's talk about what's going on right now. You can see number one, Georgia, they're pretty much locked in to go. They're going to more than likely be number one. But, things can happen. They could probably lose in the SEC championship game. They will not fall out the top four. You can mark it, book it. Georgia fans, you're good. You're going to the playoff. Ohio State had a huge weekend. I predicted last weekend that I thought either Ohio State or Oregon were going to lose or they had the chance to get upset. Ohio State proved me wrong. They went out there and demolished Michigan State. And Oregon, we know what happened. They lost. They tumbled from number 3 all the way down to number 11. So they're pretty much done. They're out of the playoff. They're out of the playoff picture, obviously, right? Alabama, they fell back one. They barely beat Arkansas. It didn't really look like a typical Alabama game. They probably should have ran them off the field. So I'm sure that's why they were penalized and they dropped the spot. Then, of course, you go to number 4, you got the Cincinnati Bearcats. Now, this is what Bearcat Nation wanted all along. I've been adamant about saying if you want to get respect, you want to get in the top 4 rankings, you have to play teams that matter, right? Like they beat a good Notre Dame team, but I was also, emphasizing on the fact that you're in Ohio, play Ohio State. If you beat Notre Dame and Ohio State, no one could deny your greatness. And I'm not denying their greatness now, but they got in. No more complaining, Bearcat Nation. You're straight. No need to complain, get on Twitter, put up billboards, nothing. All you have to do is win these next 2 games, beat East Carolina, then you go and win the AAC championship against a 10-1 Houston team. They should be good because I think some other things in front of them are going to shuffle up, which may or may not move them, but I think they should be locked into one of those top 4 spots. So we'll see how that goes. Then, of course, you look at number 5, you got Michigan here. So Michigan and Ohio State control their destiny. If Ohio State loses the top 4, they may tumble down. They may go all the way down. So I can see if everybody wins behind them, they may drop down to a 7 or 8 seed. So they don't really want that. Michigan, if they can find a way to pull it off and finally win this big game, is in Ann Arbor. They win this game, they go to the Big Ten championship game, they win out. They will definitely clinch a spot in the playoff. And I can see them going up from 5 all the way up to maybe number 3. It's just going to be crazy. There's so much going on. Then, of course, one last team we can't forget. We got Notre Dame sitting in the wings. Now, I know Notre Dame has been kind of quiet. They took that loss to Cincinnati early in the year. They were counted out a lot, but they kind of creeping up. Every week they've been creeping up an inch and closer, and now they're right sitting there in the outskirts. So, if Michigan loses and, let's say Alabama loses in the Iron Bowl this weekend, Notre Dame could definitely be back in the cut. Look, I know a lot of people are like, well, Notre Dame, blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm one of them. Notre Dame's a blue blood. They're a great college football program. It's great for college football when Notre Dame is winning. But they can't get in the college football playoff and lose and get blown out every time like they normally do. That's not good for the game, right? Like, I hate to see it. College football is great. I would love to see Notre Dame win a national championship. It's been a long time. They deserve it, right? But a lot of interesting things are going to take place in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. The best is yet to come. I'm looking forward to all the excitement. I'm Jamar. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll holler at y'all.